In this world, we have been left behind by the gods of Olympus. After defeating the great titans, Zeus, Hades, Poseidon, and the other gods have returned to their acropolis above, but not before making their mark. Now their children seek to prove themselves and survive against the dangerous world of mythical beasts, monsters, and worse. Welcome to Origins of Olympus.
And we're back from our quest, our journey, our mission to acquire a lot of magical spells. And we managed to do that. We actually have a Summoned Skeletal Legion, a Black Hole, Arrow Rain, Iron Golem, and Agility Wands here. We learned some magic from the island. We went back and revisited the island, and it went pretty well. But I do think what we need to do is work on a little bit of a magic room. And I've had this room dug out over here for a little bit. I think this is the perfect place for us to build a room for magic. So let's go ahead here and just kind of lay out the basics. You know, we need a nice room here designed for us to be able to study all different forms of magic. It's going to be super duper important, I would say, if we're going to become one of the stronger demigods. Like when we were sparring with my brother and a few other campers, it was quite apparent that those who used magic had a much better chance. You know, there was just more different things they could use in combat. And well, now we happen to have some spells that we managed to obtain from a wizard, but I think we need to just continue to develop our skills in magic. So we're going to set up a room where we can study magic, where we can practice magic, and we can just improve our craft, as they say. You know, I want to get even more and more powerful. So we're just going to go ahead here, line this with glowstone. We're gonna need to figure out, I guess darkstone can be the roof. Yeah, that doesn't look bad. I think we might keep it. Yep, I like the look of that. But I think I want the walls to be the same, because I think that'll be nice. And keep everything nice and matching. It'll look good. And in here, the main things we're gonna need like an arcane workbench. We're gonna need some other essential things, but we'll get to that when we get there. So let's first go ahead and just get the walls all finished up here. It's just a little magical vault, you know? Nothing crazy over the top, just the essentials will be in here, you know, just so we can practice. But let's go ahead here and just get this figured out. We're going to need to unlock more spells as time goes on. I mean, of course, we want to develop more and more magical abilities, but we do have a lot of ones we can practice with for now. So let's go ahead here and just kind of make way toward our training room. I don't know if I have any other training dummies, so we're going to take this one here unless we happen have the ability to get more of these, which I don't think we do. I don't believe we have any training dummies left. Oh, we do. Okay, cool. So we're actually gonna be able to put this one back. That's nice. I did not realize that I had a bunch of extra training dummies. So we can put 2 of those in there. We can practice our spells on those. Let's go ahead here. We'll just put those each in the corners like that. We might need another chest. We also don't need a lot of this like blocks, so we can just throw all of that back in there. And we're gonna need a chest, so let's go ahead and get that sorted. Now we got a chest in here now. We can throw some stuff in, like the magic crystals primarily are gonna be a thing we might need. Let's do that. Also, we have a few weapons in here that we do need to move on over into our weapons chest, but we'll do that in a second. We'll go to the armory, but first we need to get the arcane workbenches laid out in here. We're just gonna lay one of those there, one of those there, which that should come in handy. And do we have any spell books? We do. So all the spell books are gonna go in a chest as well. Let's get another chest here, and we can just lay down this chest on top of this one. Throw our spell books in here, and we'll get some signs. And I think we might as well like label these chests, because the one thing we don't have out here is labels. There's a lot of chests, but there's no labels. So this one's gonna say spell books, and this one is going to be our magical items, like the magic crystals. We can keep other sorts of stuff in there as well. Let's just go ahead and get these weapons organized. Mythical weapons, well, these are mythical for sure. Magic weapons, we don't particularly have any of those. We also, what the heck? Some of these got destroyed. I don't know what happened to those, but we'll just put this armor on this guy for now. There we go. Tinkers, those are not tinkers, and those aren't there. So I guess we can just keep these in there, and we'll just rename this to just weapons. And that'll just be some stock weapons there. We got the Zanite sword. We got a Terra blade. Neither of those are going to get used by us right now, so we'll just store them there for good measure, of course. Put the chisel back in there. And now let's get some practice in with some of our magic. Let's go ahead and just go through our spells and see what we have. Also, what spells do we have in here? Anything great that we maybe should use? I feel like we already have used most of these. We have 2 apprentice books, which we actually don't know what they are. So let's go ahead and take some magic crystals. And we need to get a wand. So I think I put a wand in here we can use. Yep, there we go. We got the Starstorm wand. We're going to make use of that today. And see what we managed to get. Also, I need to close these doors. I've been leaving all the dang doors open, man. And it's not adorable. Straight up. It's just bad. All right, so apply that. And let's see. Lightning Ray spell. Okay. Good to know. I don't think we're going to make much use out of that. It's not really my primary form of magic, if you will. So I wouldn't say that's particularly useful for me. But I mean, we have it if we want it, but it's just not really a primary form of magic that I'm particularly interested in studying. And this one, to my knowledge, I don't even know what it is, but we're just going to keep this wand in here. I don't think we're going to make much use of it. Like a lightning spell? Like, what are we? Son of Zeus or something crazy like that? Like, no. No, no, no. Okay, so let's just do a little bit of practice here with our different wands. All right, let's go ahead and practice these. I feel like we should actually go up into the surface area though and do this instead of doing it down here, because right now would be a good time, you know, to test it out in the open as opposed to having to do it in that little hidden basement testing area that we just built. You know, it is a magic room and it's cool, but we're really going to study magic. Studying it down there is more during the night, and during the day we can study it up here. So the first is agility, which of course just gives us some crazy speed and jump. This is going to come in mad handy during fights, whether we need to retreat or we need to push people. It also lets us, you know, quickly like ascend into our flight, which of course can come in handy big time. So we're going to want that. All right, next, Iron Golem. I mean, this guy here spawned in the sand, so that's less than ideal. But, you know, if we ever needed to, there we go, Iron Golem, you know, just to start sicking at our enemies. Like, we can do that if we need to, but also, it's just good combat practice. We can practice combat on the Iron Golem if we wanted to, so there is that. Next, Skeleton Legion. Just an army of skeletons. And right here we have 6 skeletons who have both swords and bows, and they're prepared to fight. I believe they have bows. Yep, see, they do have bows. And they have some armor too. That'll certainly make handy for some monsters and such if we ever have to worry about it. We have Arrow Rain. Just 6, a ton of arrows all over the place, as you can see here. And they'll do damage to me too, so I just need to not run into the Arrow Rain and we'll be good to go. Next, we have our most powerful spell, the Black Hole. We spawn this black hole and all sorts of enemies just get forced into it and they cannot escape no matter what they try to do. This spell was quite overpowered during the session of sparring that we did. So it's quite powerful, and it's a good thing we managed to get it because it is one of the most coveted spells, in my opinion, to make use of. It's just got some of the best stuff in it, and it really lets you do some of the coolest spells. Like, look here, we can test it. Watch. Black hole. See, the fox is just stuck in my black hole, and there's nothing it can do. It cannot escape. You know, it's unfortunate a fox had to go, but we had to practice magic. Like, it's essential, you know. So that's a good thing. And these spells are just so crazy strong. I mean, like honestly, this is something so good for us, and it really is going to increase our strength and for future combat and possibly trials and other sorts of crazy stuff. Who really knows? I mean, it's basically going to allow us a lot of opportunities. So I'm pretty excited to have it. And I think we have some of the best spells possible. We're definitely going to need to try maybe studying for some more spells. I don't really know if that's necessary. We might want to. We also have some really crazy good spells. But regardless, we have a new magic room. So if we wanted to study spells, well, now we have a place to do it. We have a place to get even better at magic. So I'm quite happy with this, even though it's just a tiny little room. It doesn't look like much. It is a gigantic space as far as the steps we're taking to acquire new skills and talents as a demigod. So I'm pretty pumped.